Hi, my name is Mark Stewart. I'm teaching at International School of London out here in sunny Qatar.
Great. How long have you been here, Mark?
I've been here just over 4 months.
And where were you before? Where did you work before?
I taught in Ochterarder, which is a small village school in Scotland.
So quite a change.
Yeah, it's a bit more than just the weather, though, I suppose.
Yes. And this is your first time in the Middle East?
Yes, this is the first time I've ever been to the Middle East.
And what are your impressions?
It's so far so good. Just settling now and getting to know everybody around here. Getting used to being 30, 35 degrees every single day, which is a wee bit of pleasure when it comes to that. And generally just settling in. Yeah.
And you came out here with your wife?
Yes, I came out here with my wife. She's working as a teaching assistant in the school at the moment.
But that's not her trade, was it?
No, she's actually an occupational therapist.
Yeah, and the school employed her, there was no problem with that?
No, not at all. The school are actually fantastic about that. They're very good here. They make sure that they look after the whole family rather than just the individual they're employing.
Yeah.
Not just the only sort of spouse being employed here as well. There's others, and they also look after the whole family as well, so the kids as well.
Oh, good. And she's been working at the school the same length of time as you?
She has, yeah. She started a week after me. There was one or two things to finalise, whether there was actually a place available for her to work. But once they sorted that out, she was given a job.
And what's it like to work here at the school?
It's great, yeah. I mean, I've been really, really impressed. I mean, obviously there's one or two things that you've got to get used to, the differences between working at an international school as opposed to a state-run school in Scotland. But my first impressions were very good and pleasantly surprised, I thought.
What sort of differences? Is it to do with resources or
definitely resources?
Children?
The children's minds are very different to what I've been used to, and that's generally, I think, the way that we teach them out here. First and foremost, I think the MYP curriculum has developed their ways of thinking. They go into a lot more depth about certain aspects of the course. But having said that, I think as a negative aspect, I think the needs, maybe their knowledge, their maybe facts and figures, so to speak, are a wee bit different. I don't think their knowledge is in that respect, I think, is a bit weak, and I think they need to improve on that. So it's about getting a happy balance, I think. They seem to have the skills involved, but maybe they need just some of the facts and figures as well.
Is it your first time using the IB MYP?
It is, yes. So for me, it's something that I've had to get used to. I've not been exposed to it at any sort of level before arriving here. So it's been a bit of a baptism of fire when it comes to that. But I'm improving my, it's the coordinator for MYP, Atta, he's helped me and developed me quite a bit. And it's a work in progress. You can't change. I don't think you can change from being a GCSE/standard grade from when I was in Scotland teacher who were teaching a solid curriculum to jumping straight in MYP and expect that you're going to change overnight to being this completely different teacher.
No.
I think it's a work in progress, and it's just about making sure you keep the standard that's required.
And presumably a willingness to learn as well.
Exactly. And I think it helps that I'm still quite young in my teaching career, and I came here thinking I needed to learn new skills.
Yeah.
It's a win-win situation, I think.
What advice would you give to teachers thinking about coming out and doing what you've done?
Put in as much research as you can. I think that's certainly something that I spent a lot of time doing, sort of researching what life's like in the Middle East. I think half the battle is understanding the culture that you're moving into. Out here, the sort of Arab culture isn't of education, and as a result, you have a lot of problems sort of coping with that. So if you know that before you arrive, then I think you at least can adapt a lot quicker to the situation.
And finally, in terms of your financial situation, would you say you're better off here?
Almost definitely.
Yeah.
I think the tax-free salary is certainly something that is a benefit to life out here. I think the biggest thing I find was not quite so much the income tax, which you don't really pay much attention to because you'd never get that in your pay packet. But it's not having to pay things like council tax and other
all
bills.
those other things.
And obviously with the fact that the school pay your accommodation here give us
It's nice
other
accommodation.
benefits. It's very nice accommodation. We're in a modern apartment block, 24th floor, with a skyline view of West Bay and Doha, which is of all the high-rise buildings, so it's great.
And with facilities at your disposal.
Yeah, got a gym, got a pool